I posted an advertisement that was clearly a joke for new pineapple stuffed crust pizza. The first person to laugh at it is with us tonight. Our next comedian is funnier than pineapple on pizza. Please welcome Tom Bruno.
All right. Thank you very much, Janet. And hello, Bound Brook, New Jersey. This is great. What a place. Now, it's true, Janet and I really are friends. We met on a movie set last year. We really hit it off. We ended up making our friendship Facebook official. So, and I wondered, after that experience, I'm like, how could someone as nice as Janet, such a great personality, beautiful person, beautiful woman, she's a sweetheart. I mean, she wouldn't hurt a fly. I did hear, though, sorry. I have heard, though, that you've gone down and, screwed this all up. Yeah, but Jen, I'm sorry. Jen, you're such a sweet person. I know you wouldn't hurt a fly, but I have heard that you've gone down on your knees and you've definitely pulled down a couple flies with your teeth.
Yeah, Jen!
And don't be embarrassed by it. That's definitely a skill set you should be proud of. Anyway, so I thought when I saw, I didn't understand why she could be single like that. And then I saw that post, the pineapple pizza post, and I'm like, oh my God, who does that? Who puts pineapple on pizza? You realize that pineapple on pizza wasn't even a Hawaiian pizza thing. It was never done in Hawaii. A Greek immigrant by the name of Sam Panopoulos ended up going to Canada and invented the Hawaiian pizza. He liked the sweet and savory. And I don't understand, I think it should have been called a Canadian pizza. Maybe even, it turns out he created this, he called it Hawaiian because of the canned pineapples he used was from the Hawaiian company. That was the name on the can of pineapples. So, it very easily could have been called Libby's. Right? It could have been a Libby's pizza, a Dole pizza, a Del Monte pizza. To be honest with you, I think it would have been cooler if it was like a pizza Del Monte or a pizza Dole. In all honesty, though, I think it should have really been renamed what it tastes like, a pizza crap. Right? That's what I think. But, so anyway, I thought for sure she was hacked. I mean, nowadays you can never be too safe, right? Take it from me, Condom Tom. You can definitely never be too safe. So, I thought, well, I got to see what's going on with this. Something's not adding up. I don't like anything with pineapple. Well, it's not entirely true. I do actually like upside down pineapple. Yeah, now hear me out. I'm not a swinger or anything.
Me neither.
But, my lady and I were on a cruise a couple years ago. It was in the middle of June, so it was a beautiful, today's a nice, it's about to be summer, in a couple hours. So anyway, we had a nice summer cruise, and we ended up making it to our port of call. And we don't get off the cruise. We decided we're just going to stay there at the martini bar. We're mingling with people. We're having a good time. And it gets a little later. My lady goes back to our room. And I just stayed down, enjoying some drinks. I closed the martini bar down. And fast forward, I'm stumbling back to my room. And next thing you know, I'm hearing moans and grunting coming from the opposite direction. So I stop in my tracks. I'm getting all excited. And I perk right up. And I think to myself, you know what? I think I'm going to take the long way back. So I turn. I start heading to that direction. I make it to this corridor. And I can't help but to see all these doors that are slightly cracked open, right? And there's fruit on all of these doors. Most of them were upside down pineapples. And I'm like, again, we're not swingers or anything, but I got pretty excited. I am only a man. I mean, I'll listen, I'll watch, right? Well, next thing you know, the ship starts to sway back and forth. And I'm, this doesn't make sense. We're at the port of call. How's this possible, right? There's nothing going on. It's beautiful weather out there. And then all of a sudden it gets even worse. Now it's really rocking and the moans are getting more intense, I'm like, uh-oh. Next thing you know, I lose my balance, and I'm literally bouncing around from wall to wall like a pinball in a pinball machine, right? And I'm going in and out of different rooms. It was like living through a live action porn site. Each room was literally its own category. You know, I saw foursomes, couples, singles, furries, I mean, you name it, right? I get to this one door, you know, all of a sudden, it stops rocking. So now I can kind of regain myself, my composure, and I'm now standing in front of another door that's slightly cracked open, and it has 2 cherry stems, and each cherry stem has 2 cherries on it. And they're basically linked together, looking like chicken wishbones, right? And from the sounds I was hearing, I was wishing I was boning. But anyway, I look at the door, you know, and I'm thinking, well, you know, I'm hearing women moaning and I'm getting really excited, but you can never be too safe, you know, and I don't want to startle anyone, so I put my ear up to the door to, you know, just to make sure, and don't you know, the ship starts rocking again. The door swings open, I fall into the room. Just before I land face first and my head smacks the ground, just before that happens, luckily my dick stand stops my fall. So there I am, laid out, right? And luckily, I'm slightly above ground, looking up at the most beautiful sight that any heterosexual male or lesbian woman would definitely appreciate.
Why'd you look at me?
Yeah. So it was two beautiful women, and they were scissoring, you know? So I was so excited that I was fully erect, standing on my own 2 feet before you know it. And I'm looking at them, and I was the happiest man. It was probably the happiest I had ever been in my life to see anybody, right? Unfortunately, though, the feeling was not mutual, all right? Because as I'm making eye contact, I think I literally scared the crap out of the one. She sharted all over her partner, right? That's not the kind of squirting I was hoping to see, you know? And I felt really bad about it. And her partner, I could tell by the look on her face, she was really disgusted, right? I think I might have scared her straight. I don't know. But anyway, I go to turn and get out of there, and they start screaming, "Security! Security!" So I stop and I turn and I said, "Listen, ladies, please calm down. I am security. I'm the ultimate security guard. I'm Condom Tom." Right? And then I leave them with this one safety tip. Condom Tom safety tip, and it said, "Listen, ladies, in the future, never run with scissors and never scissor with the runs." Right? So I leave the room, and as I'm going down, there's a couple doors down, and there's another door. This time, this one is closed, and it has bananas on the door. And the 2 banana tips are touching one another, and I'm hearing, I mean, animalistic grunts. I mean, it's just insane. It did not sound sexy to me. You know, it definitely sounded like gay sex, and it was Gay Pride Month, to each their bone, you know. I mean, they say everyone has skeletons in their closet. Not me. I mean, I have blow-up dolls in mine, but, you know, I'm probably the exception. So, you know, but I figure whatever, hey, have a good time. It's Gay Pride Month, and I should probably just keep walking. It doesn't sound like it's for me, but I'm curious. And I figure, well, Gay Pride Month, I'm not gay, so by default, I don't think I'm allowed to have pride. So since I don't have any pride, I went right up to that peephole. And I'm trying to look in to see what I could see. It was all blurry. I couldn't see anything. They swing the door open. I fall in, and I'm just on my knees, and I'm looking up. And I see this man in a banana hammock. His banana nearly pokes me in the eye. I'm traumatized already, right? And I'm looking all around trying to get my wits about me. And I look over and I see these guys just going at it like a pack of wild apes. And yeah, they're going ape shit on each other for real, right? And then I look to the other direction, and you got a bunch of guys on their knees, and they're just kneeling and banana peeling, if you know what I mean, you know? I was like, what the heck is going on in here? I knew I had to get out of there, you know? I had to act like bananas and split, right? That's what I thought. So I go to get up, and unfortunately, the man with the banana hammock holds me down with his hand, right? It's on my shoulder. Woo. And he goes, gentlemen, it appears what we have here is a peeping Tom. I said, whoa, no, you're confused. I'm Condom Tom. And with that, he pours baby oil all over my body, right? Oh, no, did he? I looked up and go, wait, did he? No! Get the freak off. So I get up to get the heck out of there, and, everything was a blur after that. And that's my time. I'm done. Thank you very much. And remember, everyone, you can never be too safe. So I do have something from my nutsack. I have another nutsack, actual condoms. So I don't know if you'll need them tonight. Thanks again, everyone.